Do you remember this moment in a previous video?
I'll have to show you that too. I got an amazing lot of fashions, and I had to make sure all this stuff was gonna be dust free before I even cleaned her. So this is pretty jumbled. Sorry about that.
I do believe it's high time we check out all those fashion boxes that were tucked as a surprise and revealed down there in that cabinet there. So this lot was just an amazing find. 11 outfits. They're all mismatched. Now I jumped on this because it was so cheap and the price had gone down. And then on top of that, I threw a low or best offer just to see if I could get it. Free shipping helped a lot because they're all in all these big plastic things. And I got it. And am I ever glad I did? Because I did not have, now these are not my pictures, these are theirs. I did not have any idea quite what I was buying besides it was cool, but as we flick through these, quite a few of these are mismatched and they're in the wrong boxes. And some like this came on a doll. I think it was 4 or 5 of them came on a doll. This one here came on a doll. So let's just go through this. So here's some of them. So you can see that St. Moritz is not what this is. This was supper or something. I don't have the names all right. But everything is there, but things, obviously this person who owned these would switch their dolls out and put the clothes back in whatever was closest. Now some are exactly right, like this. And what a great, this was an amazing. So this is missing a fur. I did look all these up and found them. They were pretty easy to find with a little time. Yeah, that one's missing a little bit of a fur. I think one was missing a bracelet, but for the most part, these were pretty thorough. This not even used or opened. This one came on a doll for sure. This one's really cute. This was in his video too. He talked about it, had this, has the pretty stuff behind it. The interlacing. This was a doll one. Hollywood, something Hollywood. This one is Luncheon something. That there's actually a black dress in there. I had identified it but wasn't sure if it was in there. This one is correct. This one had 2 in it, and it was, I think it was marked as 11. I think it was 12 if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. This one was on a doll. That one's a repeat. Who has 2 of those? That's interesting. This one is rather plain, but have you ever seen Boardwalk Empire? That reminds me of Babette from that. And that's all of them. So what a way to begin some fashions. Here is my first Miss Jean. You've seen she's been washed and cleaned up, and I fixed her eyelashes, and I wanted her out of her outfit that I found her with at the secondhand store and into something basic to just show off her body, because she's also my first, and I don't know, I just wanted her to be in something special. So again, you could buy a basic but articulated with a simple bathing suit like this in different colors. You'd have to buy the whole doll. I don't want the whole doll, so I got this separately. She is waiting for her shoes, and it comes with a cute little tag, and she's just gonna always be a memory of the kickoff to this. Well, once I turn the light off, she really loses her face in that one. I did get her a stand. There's little nibs that are supposed to be on the bottom, and one was broke off from the seller. I let them know, and they're sending me a new one, so I just broke the other 2 off for now. Now she came with that, and this one came with that, but she'll send me a new one, so that's awesome. And here's the collection of clothes that was in that lot. Now for one, I had purchased another pink bathing suit, and they sent it in this sort of box, the boxes they come in. I mean, that bathing suit, very little was up here, but I found it for, I think it was maybe $5 more, and due to shipping being bigger, I found this useful to have this container so I could put this whole outfit in there. Now remember, that was complete except for the book and a shoe. I'm waiting for the shoe. Strangely enough, this came with extras. Once I sorted through this lot, remember I told you there was all this different stuff, so things weren't quite where they were supposed to be and all the right things. So I had all these extra books, and kind of interesting. I'm looking forward to reading them. I set them on the side. It had the book for this hacienda costume, so I was able to put that in here. And now, excluding the shoe that needs to arrive, this one is complete. This one here was that one that looked like 2, and it was. And it's, oh, my reflections are awful in this spot. It also had some other extra stuff. Now look at the jewelry on this here. That is so exquisite. And the shoes have got little sequins and things had sewn. They really changed this up, and it is so cool. But these were extras I just threw in here for now. There's a little bit of jewelry in there. There's a hat,
New
a hairnet,
never been opened.
stockings,
You
black
can see the
stockings.
accessories. Now the glares are in here
Very
is
awful.
awful.
And then this whole
And
second
I
outfit,
might
which I think was pretty much
do separate videos.
videos,
My
but that's it.
dresser.
Pretty. And this one was definitely on a doll, and it was called,
what was this one called?
if you don't like
Goddess
it,
was
maybe they
this
just won't
one.
watch. But
And
I certainly
that's
might
pretty
do it
fabulous,
just
'cause I would
because
never
I want.
otherwise.
Later, you'd have to be looking at paying more like $60, $70,
And I might not.
even
Who knows?
50
Who knows?
to get.
So that's Ransom and
that
Brad.
with the doll. And that one's just gorgeous. This one is called At Home for the Holidays. This was, geez, these glares are awful. Wow, hope I. This is some definitely as-is footage here. She is, you know, let's just do this. This is not gonna work out quite well. So you can see that this one was, okay, so At Home for the Holidays. This one is definitely, was used if you want to call it used, and is gorgeous. The jewelry, amazing. Again, we'll go through these later if we want to. This one's not too bad for reflection. So this is called, what is this one called? I forget what this one is called. Winter Blossoms or something like that. I'll put them down on the bottom if I don't remember them. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I don't think this one was ever taken out of the package either. What a, so that was nice. And I did price these out to see what they were all worth if I was to buy them separately. Again, I can't stress what a great deal I got. The shipping alone, not losing, it's about $10 to $15 to ship with these plastic boxes. Size, once you pass 12 inches, you get an extra fee. So this one, well, you can't see this one at all. This one is called Blonde Lace. Another one that looks like it was not used and opened and put on a doll, I should say. Look at the walking stick, oh my goodness. Yeah, there is no doubt my attraction here is definitely the time frame of this, the era of these clothes. There are certain eras I just love. This one's not working very well. And Victorian is one with big dresses, but the quality of this Hollywood starlet era of the 20s to 50s, oh, just, I don't even have it wrong, I just like it. That's all there is to it. This one is Champagne Supper. I think this was missing a bracelet. I've seen it on eBay, not sure if I'm gonna get it. This was on a doll. This is another one that was on a doll. So she's one that is an outfit I definitely don't think I would have ever had otherwise. Some of them are missing books, and I guess I can deal with that for the price. This one is Luncheon Embassy Luncheon, I believe. Now, this one was hard to tell. I had identified it, but until I got here, I wasn't sure if the dress was in it because you couldn't really see the black of it. It was blending. This is so cool. This has got bendy wire in it, so it fits her right. Like, talk about quality. Holy moly. This one looks like some of it, oh yeah, it looks like it was opened. And some doesn't look like, oh yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's what that is. Okay, here's this one is beautiful. This one was the Hello Hollywood Hello. She was definitely, this one was on a doll, so I would not have that one otherwise. And yes, I might be going quick, but like I said, I will possibly go through these, or you can look them up on eBay, or even take the name and you can Google picture it if you really want to. I'm sorry if I'm not getting it slow enough for you or thoroughly enough, but like I said, this is just a part of this channel, what I'm going to do, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do, being quite honest. Just want to share my excitement and joy of this new thing. So this is called Promenade. Remember, that was in the first one. As a second, everything is here, and this one was not pulled out. This one has a book. Kind of cool. And this looked very much, I thought this was like a black and white gingham, but that's actually a navy blue. What an interesting mix. I can't wait to dive into these. This is definitely my huge guilty pleasure. These clothes. Did I ever tell you I used to collect clothes from the Goodwill of this era and put them in my closet? And when I moved to Arizona, I had to give up so much stuff about something I would give up. Even if they didn't fit me, I would buy them just for the quality and the sewing job, and just stick them in my closet because I thought they were pieces of art. Yeah, I had to go back, unfortunately. This one is, oh, I forget the name. I believe this one came on a doll too, something seductress like that. Hard to see, but just a typical but awesome black dress type. Gorgeous. This cape is amazing. Burgundy velvet. It's hard to see in color, but it has little snaps here, and there's a little fur stole that goes on there. And that I've identified it, but it's like $10 for the stole and the cape, and then $10 to ship it. That's more than I paid for all this. So I don't know if I'm willing to do that just yet. This one, now, if you watch that video with Mel, get an interview, he holds a doll up, and this is one of the ones he has the doll in with the quality. It's got that back lacing, which is really cute. Again, this one was on a doll. I think I just said that. Probably take this out and use this container and hang this somewhere or put it on one of the dolls. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because it's so pretty. The undergarments, I mean, how amazing is that? Oops, I got caught up looking at it myself, sorry. The shoes mostly are like this, quite common, but they can change as you move along, and this was fun to go through all these. It was like hours of adult fun to go through and just switch and swap and see what was there and what wasn't and learn all about it. That's the lot. Just want to note, we also got Miss Madra Lord, a friend of Jean, added in. And to those who might be new to this doll line like me and haven't looked at the other ones, all of these clothes fit Madra Lord and all of the rest of the Friends of Jean Marshall dolls by Mel Odom. So just keep that in mind. It makes collecting these clothes stretch out all the more, which I like as well. This was a delightful little treat that was in the box that all of these fashion boxes came from. I always wondered, where did these come from? I couldn't remember the catalogs, and here was one from back in that day right in there for me to have. What a learning experience, what a memory, bring me back, everything cool. Gosh, I love corny stuff like this. So this is the advertisements for selling this, and I'm just gonna glance through this real quick and give you an idea of what it was like at that time and what people were looking at and choosing. Like, how interesting is the advertising in a catalog? Now, we got the internet, and the internet is cool, don't get me wrong. I have a love of holding the book, and this was cool. Madra, you can see there, she has her own fashions, and there's Trent, I think I called her boyfriend. It is not, it's a male co-star. He's got his own fashions, and then we flip around and look at all the different dolls that were in this toy shop book. What an amazing amount of competition for people's dollars in this book right here. The prices are kind of out there. They're up there, but the styles are just everywhere, which is interesting. This is cool. Is it right here or on the next part? I'm not sure. There's Madame Alexander Alex dolls. That may or may not be it. I'm not sure, but definitely we're going to show it. But what I was saying is, that's a lot of competition for spending dollars. There it is. The Alex dolls, I hear that these are the same size bodies as Jean, and the clothes are interchangeable. That's interesting if I ever want to look into it. Anyway, hope you like this. And as always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.